This year, Porsche opened an order book in Britain for its new 911 Speedster, an ultra-limited edition sports car, and, well, they promptly closed the book again once the lucky handful of customers had been informed they'd been chosen. Just 1948 units would be built for the whole world in paying homage to Porsche's first year of release. But unlike Speedster models that have gone before, this 991 version takes a decidedly more hardcore approach. And this heritage edition of the Speedster is so ultra rare and expensive, we aren't able to go in for a drive. But stay with me, because I'm going to show you this car's quirks and features. Whoever heard that before? And once again, we're down here at Porsche Centre Chester, who have agreed to let us have a preview of this wonderful vehicle. And also later on, they're going to put on a little bit of an event for their customers to come and take a proper good look at this amazing car. Based on the 991 version of the 911, instead of the latest 992 generation Carrera, the Speedster is an exclusive convertible that harks back to the company's 356 Speedster from the late 1950s. And this 2019 Speedster is a product of Porsche's hallowed GT division. It's essentially a GT3 with a manual gearbox and missing the roof, meaning it's a car for drivers, not posers. It's tuned for speed and not just to cruise past wide-eyed onlookers. And it's a car in which to behold the glorious sound of that savage motorsport derived engine. So, do you want to hear this engine? Okay. Headphone wearers, be warned, loud noises are about to follow. Power is up from the GT3 at 503 brake horsepower, partly thanks to Porsche fitting individual throttle bodies and modifying the fuel injectors. Further modifications you can actually see, including the shorter swept back windscreen with the side glass being narrower to suit. Then onto this rear deck, which is the Speedster's main signature feature. The double bubble panel is carbon fibre and has a plexiglass wind deflector and Speedster badging. The front wings and the bonnet, they're also made from carbon fibre. There are some lovely visual details on the Speedster, particularly if you opt for the Heritage Pack, as fitted to our GT Silver test car. This includes touches like the gold lettering for the Speedster badges on the buttresses and the rear end. Look even more closely and you'll spot that the shields on the nose and the wheels are of the original 1948 design. The Speedster's low-profile fabric roof resembles a bimini cover, with the flying buttresses adding to the unusual signature look. I'm told the roof is now properly sealed against all weather conditions. But of course, open-top motoring is essential in the Speedster, but without an electrically operating roof, how tricky is it to open up? Well, I'm happy to report that it's a simple process for one person to perform alone. Even I could manage it. However, here today, this precious 0000 numbered example, which is destined for a museum, is to have two roof operatives. Porsche have made use of the central button on their familiar electric operated hook latch mechanism for the roof's meeting point with the windscreen. The two flying buttresses flick up like a surprised chihuahua ears and the rear deck automatically clicks open. Lift the paper light rear deck and, provided you're not out in a British summertime gale, leave it there in an upright position. Grab the now detensioned roof and flop the whole assembly into the receiving recess, which conveniently accepts everything including the ears. Just be careful not to trap your fingers like I did. While we are here, we can see that there is absolutely no boot space, and I've realised there are no rollover hoops behind the seats. Instead, Porsche has installed these automatically deployable rollover bars with sensors that detect when the car is becoming inverted. In an emergency, they will punch through the small panels behind the seats. Final part of the procedure is to drop down the rear deck panel and just click it into place. Stepping back to admire the Speedster, it's clear to me we have the most gorgeous looking 911 ever placed before my googling eyes. Notice the carbon ceramic brakes have been treated to black paint rather than the common old yellow paint. Windscreen has a satin black finish. Note more of the aforementioned gold script lettering here inside, and also this gold plaque which is engraved with each model's production number and proudly announces Porsche's 70-year anniversary of its car production. All examples get the now on-trend 6-speed manual gearbox with switchable auto blip function for downshifting like a pro. Air conditioning and sat-nav, they're not standard, and you'll need to risk appearing a non-hardcore driver and ask to option these luxury items. Having driven the GT3, I know how this car will feel to drive. However, I can only imagine how it must sound roof down and flat out on some epic road at 8,500 RPM. So what we have here is a very special piece of automotive history. A car that's destined for collectors and one which we are privileged to see close up. Thank you for watching. If you've liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Comments are always welcome. I read every single one and reply to most. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. And if you hit that little notification bell, I'll send you another video. Cheers.